this is what's there to say. A while ago, I made a video about Jurgen Klopp. The cult of personality, Jurgen Klopp, and I remember in the video I was kind of giving him praise. This was after Liverpool had won their first league title in 30 years, and I was, I think I might have, encouraged the notion that he may be the next dominant manager alongside Pep in the Premier League. That he will be the next one to kind of put himself as one of the greatest managers of all time, not only in the Premier League but in Europe. Also mentioning the success that he had with Dortmund as well, and with Mainz as well, to an extent, and yeah, because at that time I thought that Liverpool would push on and get better from there, but clearly I was mistaken, and because since then the 21 season they went through a bad patch of form, didn't win the league, they finished in third. Last season, they were very close to winning a quadruple. They won the League Cup, they won the FA Cup, but they lost the Champions League final, and they lost out on the title due to Man City being clinical in their last match against Villa. So clearly, I was wrong in how dominant that I thought Klopp would be in, winning major honours. So, and of course, this was the video that I made was after Liverpool had won the Champions League the season before. So, I had huge expectations for Klopp and Liverpool from that moment, and now I'm trying to kind of contemplate whether I was wrong. Was I wrong about Klopp? And so far, it looks like I am. That I'm completely wrong about Klopp, because Liverpool are in poor form. They've lost back-to-back games again this season to Nottingham Forest last week, and now to Leeds. Both sides who are just terrible. Nottingham's terrible. They just got smashed by 5-0 by Arsenal, so they're going to get relegated unless something changes. They're the bottom of the Premier League. Liverpool lost to them last week, 1-0, and now last night Liverpool lost 2-1 to Leeds, who they were on bad form, and in a sense they are a terrible team because of their finishing. Like they can create chances, but they can't. They can barely finish. They got horrible attackers, rubbish strikers, quite frankly. And so, but Liverpool lost to them. And in regards to the team, the players themselves, I think Fabinho's finished. I think he's washed up now. He's lost his pace. He just doesn't have it anymore. He's been horrific. Gomez was rubbish, Trent didn't play that bad, but, he's done. They've got too many players that have, you can just see the mileage in them. You can see the mileage. And Van Dijk, a lot of people are trolling him, calling him Van Disney. But quite frankly, I think he's done as well. I think the injuries have done a mark on him. Now and again, he may give good performances, but it's not consistent enough. It's not consistent. It's not hasn't been on a consistent basis that we expected. So, I mean, yeah, he's done. I think he's done at the elite level, quite frankly. And quite frankly, Klopp has failed to kind of rebuild this squad, and it's showing. It's showing. FSG do deserve some blame, but with Klopp, we actually take his managerial career into context. At Mainz and Dortmund, he didn't successfully rebuild teams. once his best players were gone or injured, you know, his teams at Dortmund and Mainz fell flat, and we might be seeing the same process again at Liverpool, whether he stays. And I think this is the challenge that Klopp will have to face, and we have to prove that he can rebuild a team. Because while, you know, it's good talking about the achievements that they had at Mainz with promotion, and, you know, the league title wins at Dortmund, there has to be, you know, not enough is made of the fact that, you know, he didn't really rebuild with those Dortmund teams and Mainz as well. So now Liverpool are out of the title race, and they're in the top 4 race, and you look at teams around them. United could finish at this rate, is finishing above them. Chelsea will finish above them. Spurs will finish above them. Newcastle, the way they're playing at the moment, they're going to finish above them, and because they're going to spend in January without question. Obviously, City, Arsenal probably finish above them as well. It's not looking good. It's not looking good, and, you know, the fans are saying Klopp out, which is crazy considering the success that Klopp has had with Liverpool in terms of winning trophies. So players haven't stepped up. Mo Salah, you know, if he's not scoring goals, can he consistently, you know, create chances on a consistent basis when he's not scoring? I'm not sure. I'm not so sure, honestly, because right now he scored goals, but outside of that, what's he offering on a consistent basis? So you can't just look at his stats and judge his impact based on stats, because that can be very misleading. And it's interesting to see what happens in Liverpool this season. I assume that they're going to spend in January. They're going to have to, because this can't go on. This is a bad season for them. This is a bad season, and there's many rival fans who would love to see them crumble, especially United fans, and probably Everton, you know, and other fans as well. Yeah, so was I wrong about Klopp? So far, it looks like I was. It looks like the answer is yes so far. That could change, but at this present time, you know, Klopp is under serious pressure. Under serious pressure, because yes, you know, they're through to the knockout stage of the Champions League, but, you know, are they going to get to the final? I doubt it. And as for the league, they've been poor. They've been under par. They've been poor. They've been dreadful, and Klopp has to address it quickly, or else this is going to be a serious stain on his legacy. Probably, you know, this will be the biggest stain on his legacy by far if he fails and leaves Liverpool at this rate. Yeah, he has to rebuild immediately, or else this could be a bad thing. This could be a bad stain, and yeah, I mean, he needs to address the issues, and hopefully, you know, FSG will support him in that. That's all I have to say. Take care. God bless.